Hey, what's up everyone? Calvin here, back with another custom figure review. And for this time, it's the Mortal Kombat 11 mcfarlane Scorpion and Subzero. Now, I didn't do a custom in a way that I changed them into another character. It's just basically enhancing them to look better and function better. Now, I got this figure knowing that it's not gonna be the most articulated figure because their design kind of makes it tricky to make the move and the budget because they are relatively cheap figures for the amount of detail that they have. It's not the best figure, the proportions are a bit weird sometimes, but I think there's a lot of potential on this guy's. I first got Subzero, and then eventually I got Scorpion. So I'm gonna talk about Subzero first. So let's set him off to the side here, Scorpion, and talk about Subzero. Now, one thing I should tell you is that the two of them actually are the variants. Here's the purple variant, I forgot the name, and this guy here is the In the Shadows variant, which is basically the kind of brown and gray repaint, which I actually kind of like the original color that this guy was, but I wanted a normal Scorpion and Sub-Zero in my collection, so obviously I had to repaint the whole thing. That's where the custom starts eventually, essentially. All the parts that had to be painted the right way, I did, but I had some liberties taken into the custom and into the palette. Now, first thing, Sub-Zero here, most of the purple had to be blue and some of the parts had to be white. I did remove some stuff. He had like a weapon into the side which you cannot use anyway, like a dagger, which is sheath. I removed that completely because I think it just hinders the posability, and I needed both of them to be very posable, so I omitted that and went with the straight Sub-Zero blue repaint. As you can see, I think this part here has to be blue in order for them to be game accurate, but I chose black because I want to keep the color palette blue vest and then black pants, and it kind of destroys the look if I make this blue. Kind of, yeah. I was actually contemplating if I should make the forearm armor here black, but ultimately I ended up with the blue. So yeah. Now, one other essential thing that I did is change the vest. Now, this is not the original vest that he comes with. Am I not focused again this whole time? Sorry. This is the vest that it comes with. As you can see, I emulated that using a foam sheath. I think you can get it very cheap at the craft store or any store nearby, probably, or order it online. I don't know what's it called. I think it's foam board. I just searched online foam board and it came out, so that's what I used. It is a very flexible material. It's rather fragile, so it could tear, but with care, handling it with care, I think it should be good. Unfortunately, what I used is purple, and with extreme posing, the paint kind of rubs off, unfortunately, and that's only because I've been posing them around a lot. Like almost every day I take pictures with them, so that's why the paint rubs off, especially here you can see. But that brings me to another point. The main use for this guy is actually making the joint for the torso movable, because now he could crunch that far. You could not do that with this vest because you can see it's flexible but not enough, and it locks the torso in place, especially Scorpion. When I get to him, I'll show you. So I remove this, and now you can do that. You can see I tried painting this one blue as well to give it a chance, but I just did not like how it hinders the possibility, so I remove this, and for this armor piece I just glued it in on top of the vest. So now, yeah, it does have the range of motion it needs, and it flexes. I think it improves the possibility a lot. So now it could do some high kicks that it couldn't before because it could not crunch. See, that looks good. I like it. Kinda happy that I did that, because they're ninjas. They're supposed to be very flexible. So yeah, so that's what I did with Subzero. Now for Scorpion, actually, I did quite a bit more because he's my favorite, and he's kind of special because he gains a brand new paint job too, and I did not go with how the video game looked. I made a whole new palette color for him, which is, as you can see, more gold here. This is supposed to be silver, which, by the way, the silver that they use with these figures is gorgeous. Actually, they're very, very shiny, close to chrome, but not quite. It's like it looks like silver, like actual silver. So yeah. Now for the face, I did repaint the face because it's horrible out of the box, so had to repaint the face and the whole thing, obviously. Luckily this spot here is black. I wanted it to be black because in the original color they're red, so yeah. And the same applies to the vest here. As you can see, there's a lot more paint rubbing off there, but I can just replace this with a brand new one, hopefully with the proper color, because underneath it's like this yellow. I don't like that yellow, so painted it this way. So yeah, this is also actually a foam piece that I removed the original loincloth, which is made out of the same soft rubber material. It's not very flexible, so I used foam instead. I think it looks better and functions better. Now unfortunately, yeah, like I said, there's some paint chippings here, but most of the time I pose him with the ab crunch, so it doesn't really bug me that much. So yeah, so pose him real quick, and you would notice that he actually has a brand new hand. This is a fully sculpted by me. It's not the best, I know, but it's a lot better than a holding hand, because what I want for him is essentially use the spear, which I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, I sculpted a brand new hand for him, an open one. I think it's not the best, but I think it looks better than having him pose around with two holding hands. Now he does have the spear here, also made completely from scratch. I made this out of wood, actually, as you can see at the bottom, and then wrapped around a cloth for the handle, painted it silver, and then that's it. I think it's better than having like just the sword or the katana displayed, because in the game his stance is kind of like this at the beginning. I wanted to replicate that. I would have made a brand new spear for him with a chain, but unfortunately the chain that I ordered takes way too long to get here, and I really wanted this video to get done. So I'll probably make a video about that too when it comes. But for right now, let's just focus on Scorpion. Yeah, like I said, that's the hand for the chain, and here's the chain that it comes with, which is not gonna be the chain that he'll be using in my display, not for long, because it looks like it's limp. It is not good. I hate this chain because it's limp and does not look good. Yeah, like I said. But when the chain comes, the actual chain, I'll be doing a video of that for this. Yeah. Now, his torso I also removed, but like I was saying earlier, the vest is actually the worst, because if you look at the inside, there's pegs here and here. Now that pegs into the body, so what it does, as you can see, there's a joint, like there's a cut here for the joint to move, and it has a great range of motion. Look at that crunch, right? All of that is nullified when you have this on, because they hold it in place. He prevents the joint from moving, which is actually stupid, because without these pegs, I think it at least could move a little, but with that, it is frozen. There's no joint that's gonna move. Essentially just a ball joint here. So I don't like that at all. So I had to make a lot more effort on perfecting the vest here and the loincloth here for Scorpion. And yeah, now for actually the head, I actually need to talk about the head. I remove the part here on the hood. I can't explain it, but there's like a part here at the hood that he had to cut it off. This part here is actually a metal circle thing that I made, and this is also cloth what's holding that. Had to build that in order for him to get a maximum head movement, because it would not move at all when you just get it out of the box. Well, you can move it side to side, like maybe like that, but with the modification that I did, it can move a lot more, and I think it looks a whole lot better than it used to. Now, sorry, that's about it for the both of them. I think they're great figures after my modification. Before that, like their original out of the box state, I don't know, they're mediocre figures. They're not that great. I think McFarlane did better on the the figures that came out after them. They're a lot better, especially the Kotal. I think it looks good, and I think it functions better because it doesn't have the vest. And yeah, if you see them, like the variants, you want to repaint them and custom them and make them like this, I think it's worth it, because they are cheap figures. But other than that, if you're just gonna get them, display them, not care about articulation, I think it's okay. But yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of work to make these guys worth it, in my opinion, because out of the box, not that good, have to say. I love Mortal Kombat, and I've been craving good Mortal Kombat figures for a while now. That's like the main reason why I kind of made this channel, because I've been making custom Scorpion figures for a while now that, I want them to be great, but they're not. And for this guy, I think they satisfy my cravings, unless they put out an MKX design, because that's my cup of tea. I think they are the best designs for all of the characters in Mortal Kombat, including the classic, which is kind of blasphemous for me to say, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I think MKX has the best design of all the combatants in general. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, and I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy figures that I have, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.